Welcome back to the channel, ladies and germs. So this video is going to serve as maybe one of many, but I just thought of the name just now. I'm going to call them the Rolling Reviews. What I mean by rolling reviews is I'm going to review a specific product that I have installed on Sharkbait here while riding. A lot of review videos I find are just someone in a garage and they're just talking about the product. And while there's nothing wrong with that, I in fact have filmed one of those products, even though I got a burrito in the beginning of it. Most of the video, at least the heart of the video, took place inside of my garage. And that's not a bad thing, because you can actually kind of maybe get some close-ups of the said product. But that's where the magic of editing comes in, because I can do both. I can take some camera footage of the product that I'm going to review and overlay it. So today's product that I'm going to be reviewing is the Thrashin Supply handlebar bag. Some of you guys may have noticed that the gauge cluster has moved from its normal position on Sharkbait, and there's a very specific reason I had to do that. So again, my ancestry, I'm Irish, right?
Yes, they're always after me, Lucky Charms.
I'm just a little guy. I got these short little arms, these T-Rex arms. When I put the top tree, the Thrashin top tree on Sharkbait here and these risers, I obviously elected to put the risers in the closest position to me as I could. There's two positions on the top tree, and I chose the ones closer to my body. In doing that, there are some unintended consequences of that decision. You lose the ability to put your handlebar bag in front. And by front, I mean the back of the risers as the bike goes. I don't know, would you call this the front or would you call that the back of the risers? Either way, you can't put it to where you can access it while you're riding the motorcycle. Not a deal breaker, but for some people it might be. And the bag in question is I believe this one is called the Plus, the OG bar bag plus, something like that. It is the thicker one, the one that's deeper than their standard. So I'm sure if you got their slim handlebar bag on a Rushmore year range road glide, that it would fit right here without rubbing on your tank. But this one was rubbing. So what I did was I took off the secondary bracket off of my gauge cluster, brought the gauges up closer to me, and then decided to mount the handlebar bag on the far side of the risers. So that allows me to still have the bag on the bike to where I can easily access stuff. I just can't easily access stuff while riding, which honestly is probably better, let's be honest. But man, I love this handlebar bag. If I could go back and do it all over again, I probably would just buy the OG bar bag. I wouldn't buy the Plus, because it is really thick. I mean, that thing, it can hold all the things. Go get them, boys. There's been a lot of law enforcement activity here lately. Kind of crazy. We're like a small orchard community, and there has been a lot of law enforcement activities going on. Like yesterday, There was, so where I work at the dam, we have this, we're federal, like we're U.S. Army, right? We're owned by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. And we have an agreement with local law enforcement that we allow them to use certain parking lots for their use. So they use one of our parking lots at the dam as a staging area for any SWAT operations that are near us. And yesterday they had 3 armored personnel carriers, 2 snipers, and at least 3 different fire teams, obviously because the 3 armored personnel carriers, and at least half a dozen police vehicles staging for a what I can only assume through public information channels was a barricaded subject. So I'm like standing in the parking lot and I see all these SWAT vehicles come swinging in. And my first instinct, of course, in any social interaction is to try to be funny. So I just kind of stick my arms up in the air like they were after me. I got some weird looks. But anyways, so yeah, I mean, you had that going on. We've had several like gang shootings in the very small town of Bridgeport, Washington over those last couple of months. I mean, it's been crazy. I mean, I'm sure if you guys are from a big city, that's like nothing. But for us around here, I mean, this is happening. Not exactly what you want to see when you have children and you're trying to raise a family, but what are you going to do? But anyways, back to the review. So, when looking at this product, as you can see here, when you open the bag up, the inside of the bag is like this really nice high-vis material. And I was like really confused on why is it so bright inside this thing? And I'll tell you why. So it's super bright in the bag, so that way if it's like adverse weather or cloudy or whatever, no matter what weather you're in, if you unzip that bag and you're looking for something specific, the object in question is going to be most likely high contrast to the material inside the bag. It makes spotting stuff so much easier. I mean, I don't put tools in it. I put camera equipment in it. So I don't really need the high vis, but it is cool to unzip that bag and it be that bright blood red, blood orange, whatever color it is, but super nice. Another really nice feature that I actually do use of this specific bag is this right here. This right here is a microfiber lined sunglasses pouch. It fits my sunglasses perfectly. I love it. And so yeah, that was a really cool feature. I unzipped it and I was like, ooh, super soft. Sunglasses it is, because I can't count the number of times I've put my sunglasses like in my saddlebag and then I get to where I'm going and then I see that it's been up against the hard plastic of the saddlebag, somehow wiggled loose from where it was, and it's just like rubbed against the plastic for 400 miles. And you guys know, and if you don't, pray you never find out, you have a nice pair of Oakleys or Spies or whatever, Ray-Bans or whatever brand of sunglasses you like in your saddlebag, and it's been rubbing against something like hard plastic for hours, that you can't really use those sunglasses anymore because it is so dang scratched up in one or both of the lenses that you can't see shit out of it. So that was a very nice feature to find on this bag. Another really nice feature to this bag are the Velcro straps. So right here, as you can see, on my risers themselves, I have all 4 Velcro straps wrapped around the risers. Well, that's because it's not sitting up here. These Velcro straps are actually completely removable, and you can actually put them like this, going vertical instead of horizontal. So you can actually strap it to the bar and have that bag be as high as you want it on your risers, which is super cool. As far as I know, it is ballistic nylon, weather resistant, fade resistant coloring or dyes in the fabric. Yeah, I'm so far, I mean, I've had it on the bike for about 2 weeks now, and I am in love with it. I really do like the convenience of being able to put gloves, batteries, mics, you know, microphones for the channel, sunglasses, my wallet. On long distance trips, I cannot have my wallet in my back pocket because it'll make my leg go numb. And I have a minimalist wallet, but as you guys know, it's kind of like, I don't remember the name of that nursery rhyme or fairy tale, or I don't know what you would call it, but a girl who slept on a pea or something like that, where there's like a little tiny pea under her mattress that she could feel it, and then so she's got all of her servants come in and pat it and stack mattresses on it. And by the end of the book, she's sleeping on like 20 mattresses, but she can still feel the pee. I don't know. I think there's I think the lesson in that is correct the problem. Don't just try to, you know, mask it or work around it, that it would just be easier to remove the pee. But anyways, either way, that's a really long way of telling you that it doesn't matter how small your wallet is. If it's in your back pocket, and you're going long distances, eventually it's going to be the biggest pain in your ass, pun intended. So, you know, find somewhere else on your motorcycle to store your wallet. And for me, it is my Thrashin Supply bar bag. Loving it. The zipper is extremely tough. It doesn't feel chintzy. Like, the zipper itself is made with stout enough materials to where I don't feel like I have to pinch the bag a specific way to get the zipper to manipulate. Like you guys know, like sometimes on a backpack, if you pull on a zipper the weird way and the material around the zipper is so thin that it'll like roll and the zipper will bind on itself, like you have to hold it a very specific way. This bar bag is made of thick enough materials that it's very stiff and it's very easy to open, even like with how I'm riding right now. Very easy to open on the fly and grab something if I need it. So I'm loving it. As far as aesthetics, there is a con, and it might not be the con that you're thinking of. So the con I'm having is because my risers are closer to me on this top tree, I had to put it over here. Well, in putting it over here, it completely covers up that beautiful, beautiful Thrashin Supply top tree. So there is that. I know, right? I could have saved $600 by keeping my stock tree. Not really, because these don't mount as nice to the stock tree as it does their tree. So I would have done it anyways. But still, it is covering up $600 worth of billet aluminum and beautiful machining. So that is kind of a con to me. I very much buy into the and like I said, I mean, if you're taller and you have normal like human arms, then that's probably not going to be a problem for you, because you can most likely mount your handlebar bag in front versus the far side. So, you know, but for me it is. But I very much like to see the parts of the motorcycle. I don't like having stuff covered up, which is why I don't own an Indian Challenger, or like a Honda Shadow or anything like that. And I know I'm going to get lit up in the comment section because people defend their motorcycle choices the same as they defend like what they named their child or the breed of dog they got. Like, people have a very emotional, visceral connection with their motorcycles, and you defend them like they're your family. And I respect that. Trust me when I tell you, I respect it. But it's a personal choice of mine that I like to see the working parts of the motorcycle. And so anytime I cover up something that is obviously got good craftsmanship, kind of breaks my heart a little. But it's not a deal breaker for me because it is quite literally just 4 Velcro straps. Not that big of a deal. But yeah, I mean, I love it. I don't have a rating system yet for this channel of how I'm going to rate products. I could do the movie film thing and give it 2 thumbs up, but I'm not going to do that because that only gives me 3 options. No thumbs, 1 thumb, or 2 thumbs up. Because I only have 2 hands and I respect human biology. So, not going to use thumbs, but I'll come up with something in terms of a rating system. But as of right now, I'm just going to say that I highly, highly recommend Thrashin Supply's handlebar bags. Because if the specific one that I own is built this nicely and is so easy to use and looks really good on the bike, then they're all probably going to be similar. So I can confidently say that I highly recommend all their bar bags. And I also bought a tool roll. But that'll be a different video of how I pack it, where I put it, what it looks like, how many tools you can actually fit into it, and how to use those pockets and that space efficiently for your bike. Okay, guys, some bonus footage for you here on this Thrashin Supply Bar Bag Plus review. So it turns out, if you didn't almost flunk out of high school like I did, and it wasn't for lack of trying, I honestly tried my damnedest in school for the most part. And but anyways, that's a story for another time. So I went ahead, and if you guys remember when I put these longer risers on shark bait here, my old risers, the 6.5 inch ones, went on Uncle Rob's Lowrider ST. Well, his bike couldn't support the 1 inch spacers. So what I did was I put the 1 inch spacers on shark bait just to see if I would like them. So with this handlebar setup, fine-tuned to me, as you can see, the Handlebar Bag Plus from Thrashin Supply fits just fine on this side of the risers. Because if you guys remember, I don't know why I'm saying remember, for you it's just the beginning part of the video, but for me it's been about a week and a half. But in the first part of this video, I was talking about how you can't mount this bag on this side. Well, now you can. That extra height picked it up just enough off my tank dash to where it barely touches, and it doesn't restrict me at all when I turn the handlebars left and right. That's why I decided to jump on the bike, use this opportunity that I'm just bebopping through town on this beautiful Sunday morning to show you. Check this out. Whoop! I got all my goodies in there. I got my keys, I got some spare batteries for this camera that's about to die, I got all my stickers, my gloves fit in there. Oh, it's so nice. Spot for my sunglasses. I don't even know if I put my sunglasses in here today. Nope. I got all the room for activities. This is just so convenient to be able to have it just like this. So, I mean, if you guys are looking at putting a bag on your bike, this is the way to do it. And again, don't be afraid to go tall with your risers and bars. You'll figure it out. I mean, you can fine tune it. All the dudes over at Thrashin, they're running the 9.5 inch with the mid bends, but they're a little bit shorter than me. At least, pretty sure they are. I stood next to Lance. I think I'm a little bit taller than him, but it doesn't matter. Like, don't be afraid to go tall on the bars, because you can always just buy or at least tall on the risers, because you can always just buy you know, shorter set of moto bars. You know, like if I would buy a normal set of moto bars, I'd be all the way down here. You know what I mean? Like, that is low. That is so low. I'm like reaching forward to grab it. So just goes to show, guys, experiment with your motorcycle and your setup and how you're doing things. Man, I love this thing. It's like a couch now. Oh yeah, you like those little guys? I got a really cool video coming out on those ones. I made those sliders. Uncle Rob gave me the inspiration to, I was talking to him about wanting different sliders for my ProTech Advan Black crash bar setup, because the sliders that come with it, they are huge. I mean, they're like these huge things on the end of the crash bars, and I liked them at first, but they just got to be a little bit too much, you know, a little too flashy. So what I ended up doing, well, I should probably save that for that video, but basically I bought some Delrin and I made my own. So I'm going to show you guys step by step on how to do that. Super cool. Damn, look at that crash bar action. I should probably not rear end this Subi. If you guys are looking at grabbing a Thrashin Supply OG Bar Bag Plus, or sometimes their naming gets a little convoluted. I'm not really sure what this one is called, but it's probably most likely in the thumbnail and or in the title of this video. So if you guys are looking at getting one, this is how you would probably have to set it up on your Road Glide. If again your risers are shorter, or you had already bought the shorter ones and are unwilling to spend another $500–600 in risers, then go ahead and mount them on the front. But if you have the tall risers like this one, don't be afraid of it. It fits just fine. And just, oh my goodness, the convenience. Look at this. Oh man, I could put a Kit Kat bar in there or something to snack on, some lickies and some chewies. It's wonderful. So anyways, thank you guys again for tuning in to watch my video. Keep the shiny side up and the rubber side down. See you guys when I see you.